called turnip, a vegetable called beetroot. Okay, so these are nothing but the vegetables which are being modified as roots are being modified as these vegetables. So these are the root modifications. In this vegetables, the food which is prepared by the leaves is stored in the roots. Understood now, children? Okay, now the second modification is to give the support. Understood? Roots generally they help the plant to fix the soil, right? Apart from that, very big trees like banyan tree. Yeah, you must have, when you are going for a long trip with your parents, you must have seen few banyan trees onto the roadside. Yes, now these banyan trees, you can find certain roots which are hanging from the stem, from the branches. Okay, so these roots, they go down again to the soil and they hold it. Okay, now why this is happening, children? Banyan trees generally they live for many years. Yes, now throughout the year, the weather is not the same. Am I right? We have summer season, we have winter season, we have rainy season. Yes, we have spring, we have autumn seasons. Yes, so when during the rainy season, if it is the wind is blowing very strongly, okay, what will happen? If the tree is weak, the tree will come out, the roots will come out and the tree will fall on the road. Am I right? Yes, so the tree will die automatically, right? Now, to avoid that, okay, to avoid it, here the roots, the stems are again modified in such a way that they give the roots from the branches and these roots, they hold the soil once again. They are nothing but they are giving an extra support to the branches of the tree. Understood, children? So these roots, they are giving an extra support to the tree. So roots are modified to store the food, also to give extra support to the plants. Right? That is regarding the root. Okay, children, now we are done with the roots. Now let us see what do you mean by stem. Okay, what is a stem? What are the different types of stem and what are the different functions of a stem and how these are modified and all. Let us look into this. Now, stem is nothing but the part which you can see above the ground. Yes, below the ground is the root. The part of the plant which is above the ground is the stem. Okay, now these stems they contain the leaves, flowers, fruits, branches and all are coming from the ground level. Now let us see the functions of the stem, children. The first function is it keeps the plant upright. Upright means straight. Yes. Now can you see any plant which is always bent like a zigzag? No. Yeah. Plants will always grow tall and straight. Now how this is possible? This is possible with the help of the stem. So the stem will allow the plant to grow straight. Now stems bear branches, flowers, fruits and leaves. So other important parts of the plant, they are present on the stem. Yes. Now leaves, they produce the food for the plant. Yes. Flowers, they help in the production of fruits and seeds. Yes. Now fruits and vegetables are also very useful for all of us. So all this we get it on the stem. Next, stem transports water and mineral salts and food to all parts of the plant. Now, what is the function of another function of stem, children? Now, whatever water is being absorbed by the root, okay, that has to go to different parts. Yes, so that is carried out by the stem. At the same time, the leaves it prepares the food. Yes, so all the food, whatever is prepared, that is distributed even to the roots also. So that is done by the stems. Okay, now food made by leaves passes to the other body parts. So in the same manner, minerals and salts from the roots, it goes to the stem, and the stem it prepares the leaf food, and that prepared food goes to the roots. So that process is carried out by the stem. Understood now children the functions of the stem? Yes. Now let's go to the next one. Modifications. We have seen modifications of root, that is changing a little to according to the surrounding is called modification. Now stems are also modified themselves to based upon certain conditions. Okay. Now the first condition is to give support. Stems, they are modified as stem tendrils. Okay. Stem tendrils means what? Now, the stems are not strong in all the plants. Yes, we have seen herbs, they have got very soft stems. That means they are also little weak. Okay, now the weak stems, what do? They cannot hold the plant tightly, it cannot grow tight, it cannot grow straight. Now, for that, the stem will change itself into small thread-like structures called stem tendrils. Now these stem tendrils, what do? They take the support, okay, support of a stick, support of another plant, support of a wall, and then it keeps on growing. So this stem tendrils, they give a support. Now see over here, now this is a plant, and to this we have, it is a very weak plant, weak stem, and to this small modification, the stem is modified as a tendril. So this part is called as stem tendril. Now this tendril will take the support of a plant and it is growing. So stems are modified into stem tendrils in weak plants so that they can give some support to the plant. Now next one is to store food. Right? Stems are again changed, modified for the storage of food for the plant. Now, in some plants, stem grows underground and store food. Example, potato, ginger. Okay, now these are the stems. Stems are changing into roots, into food material, into a vegetable. Now, on this you cannot have the roots. Can you see some roots in a potato, children? No, it is a stem modification. But if you take a carrot, okay, or if you pull the carrot out, you can see small roots which are coming from the carrot vegetable. That is a root modification. But potato and ginger, they are stem modified plants. You cannot find here roots. The root is present separately. But whatever food the potato plant is preparing, the extra food is stored underground. Okay? That underground storage food. Example will be potato and ginger. Now this type of plant is a stem modified plant. Understood, children? Now have you known the difference between a potato and a carrot, children? Carrot is a root modified plant, but potato is a stem modified plant. The main difference, children, potato will not have any roots on the vegetable, but if you take a carrot, if you take a beetroot, if you take a turnip, you can see some roots which are hanging on the vegetable. That is a root modified plant, and this is a stem modified plant. Understood now, children? Yes. Now next time when you go to your market along with your mother, try to check it once. Okay? Then you will have a very good clarity, children. If you go to Polymerase and all these stores, you can check whether there are some fine roots or not also. By that you can have a more clarity on stem modified vegetable and a root modified vegetable. Now next one is to make food. What is happening? The stem is modified into thick green color part. Okay? this thick green part in which the stem is changing itself to store the water. Okay, so example would be cactus. Now these cactus plants, they grow in the desert, right? And here in the desert, you cannot find water everywhere. Yes, and it is very, very hot also, right? Now in such areas, plants do survive. How? They change themselves. Okay? How beautiful you can find the leaves and branches in normal plants, you cannot find it in the desert plants. Because the plants, they have changed themselves according to the surrounding. Understood, children? Here, the green color thick fleshy part which you can see on cactus is the stem. So that it will not allow more water to get evaporated or more sunlight to fall on the plant. Understood? So such type of plants, the stem is changing themselves. It changes themselves into thick fleshy part. For example, cactus. So such modified plants, they make the food in the stems. They start preparing the food which is in the form of a leaf over here in the cactus plants. Understood, children? So these are the modifications of stem. Yes, so now we have seen root is over, stem is over. Now let us look into the leaf. Now what is the leaf? The green color part which is visible to us outside is the leaf. Right? Now are all the leaves of same size? No. Are all the leaves of the same shape? No. Some plants, they have got different textures also. Right? So let us see what do you mean by a leaf. And what are all the things that are present on the leaf? Okay, now leaf, first part would be lamina. So it is the flat green portion of the leaf. So this green color portion of the leaf is called as lamina. Next, petiole. So this part, the small stalk like which attaches itself to the stem. Okay, so this part which is attaching to the stem is called as petiole. Now veins. Now these are all the thin lines like structure which are present on the leaf, children. Now these are called as the veins. Okay, now midrib. The middle long vein is called as the midrib. Understood? Now leaf venation. So the arrangement of the veins is different. The arrangement of the veins is different, and this arrangement is called venation. Understood, children? Yes. Now there are two types of venation: parallel venation, reticulate venation. Parallel venation means the veins are parallel to each other. Okay, the veins are parallel to each other. That such type of venation is called parallel venation. Example, arataku, banyan leaf we have. Yes, so banana leaf. So that banana leaf, the veins are in parallel venation. They are very, very long, straight. Okay, reticulate venation. Now here in this a net-like structure, the veins, they form a net-like structure on both the sides, front side as well as onto the back side of the leaf. Now such type of arrangement of veins which is in the like a net-like structure, we call it as reticulate venation. Understood, children? So let's have a quick recap again. Lamina. Lamina is nothing but the flat green portion of the leaf. Petiole. It is the small part which is attaching itself to the stem. The part that attaches the leaf to the stem is the petiole. Veins. Veins are the network-like structure which are present on the leaf. Midrib. The middle vein which is very long, that is the midrib. Leaf venation. Arrangement of veins on the leaf is called venation. This venation is of two types. Parallel venation, reticulate venation. Parallel venation, the veins are parallel to each other. Example, banana leaf. Reticulate venation, the veins are arranged in the form of a net on both the sides. Okay, this type of venation is called reticulate venation. Mostly the leaves form the reticulate venation. You can see the arrangement on both the sides. Now understood, children? The leaf and what are all the different parts of a leaf, children? Yes, let's go to the next part. Now let us see the functions of leaf. We have seen the functions of root, we have seen the functions of stem. Now let us see the functions of leaf. Now imagine a plant without a leaf. Is it possible? Can the plant grow? Not at all. Why, children? Yes. Why? Yes. This is because leaves are the only part in the plant that helps in the preparation of food material. Yes, have you heard the word photosynthesis? Yes, so photosynthesis happens only on the leaf, green leaf. Now, what all the leaf has to have for the preparation of food material? Sunlight, water, chlorophyll, yes, and carbon dioxide. So these four things which are very important should be present for the leaf to prepare the food. This process where the leaf utilizes sunlight, water from the soil, carbon dioxide from the air, and the chlorophyll pigment, green pigment which is present in the leaf, it will utilize all the four to prepare the food material, and this process is called as photosynthesis. Yes, so leaves contain green color pigment called chlorophyll. With the help of sunlight, water from the soil, carbon dioxide in the air, leaves prepare the food material with the help of chlorophyll, and this process is called photosynthesis. So leaves play a very major role for the plant to survive. Anyone is absent. If you take a plant, if you don't give sunlight, will the plant survive, children? No, it will die. Plant a small baby plant in the soil. Don't pour water. You have got sunlight, you have got carbon dioxide from the air, and there is also chlorophyll in the leaf. Now, but you don't give water. Now, will the plant survive, children? No. If you don't pour water, plant will die. In the same manner, okay? Put the plant in the very dark area. Okay, green color pigment is not there, sunlight is not there. Will the plant survive? No. Now you close the plant in a room where no air is present. Can the plant survive? No. So all the four major important elements for the plant to prepare the food should be present. Any one element, if it is absent, the plant cannot prepare the food material. Okay? In other words, photosynthesis cannot happen. Understood, children? So leaves take a major role in the process of photosynthesis. Now, next one. Food prepared in the leaf in the form of sugar called glucose. Okay? So, the food which is prepared by the leaf, the form, what is the form? It is in the form of glucose. And this glucose is used, okay, for the plant to grow. And this glucose is used to prepare a vegetable. This glucose is used to prepare a fruit by the plant. Okay, so whatever food it is preparing, some food it is utilizing to grow, and remaining food is given to us in the form of fruit or vegetable. Understood, children? Right. Now also, leaves also release water from the plant through stomata, and this process is called transpiration. Okay, now a new word you are hearing today, transpiration means what? Fine, let me put you in simple words. Now we are taking in lots of air, right? We are taking in oxygen, and are we giving out some gas? Yes. What are we giving out? Carbon dioxide. Yes. So all the gas whatever we are taking, it is not going inside only, right? The waste ones we are giving it out. In the same manner, here leaves also, what do? They take all the elements from the surroundings. At the same time, if there is excess of water in the plant, that excess water was also released out. Okay, that excess water is given out. Now can you see? If I sit before a plant and look at it, when the plant is going to give out excess water, if you sit from morning till night also, it is not possible for you to see. Is it possible? No. So to check out that, if you have a small potted plant, okay, to one branch you tie one polythene bag. You leave it. After few days, you can see tiny droplets of water inside the polythene bag. Now what does this show? This shows that water is being released out by the leaves through stomata. Stomata is a small opening which is present in the leaf. Now through this stomata, air will enter inside the leaf. Through this stomata, the water is also given out from the leaf. And this process where the water is being coming out from the stomata is called transpiration. Understood now, children? What is transpiration? It is nothing but the water, the excess water that is present in the leaf is coming out through stomata, and this process we call it as transpiration. Understood, children? Now let's move on further. Yes. So we have seen modification of root, modification of stem. Now let us also see modification of leaf. In which ways the leaves are being modified? How are they changing themselves according to the surroundings? Now first one is to give support. How the